Morning, Claire. Morning, Mickey.
Good
Um,
morning.
so basically what I was saying is that vegan is not always the remedy for all situations. And so this would be a case like that because this elderly woman requires um, she requires more fat in her diet. She might even need to get it from eating meat, like maybe healthy meat, like maybe fish, chicken, that kind of thing. um I don't really know if I have to do a little bit more research on pork, but pork is so easily accessible here. It's not something I would want to eat, but you always have to consider the individual, their culture, what's available to them, their budget. So what she needs to get this inflammation out of her joints, what she needs is no sugar whatsoever. Like she shouldn't consume not even apples, not even, maybe once a week, like one piece of fruit, but she really needs to eliminate all sugar from her diet because that is in every meal she eats and drinks. Everything that she eats is a carbohydrate. And it is part of the acidic diet that she's eating, and she's in a lot of pain. And so her son wants to take her to the doctor and give her like what are those shots for pain, like cortisone or
Cortisone,
yeah.
yeah.
And so her granddaughter, who works with me on the farm, is trying to prevent all that unnecessary interventions and try to go through diet. So that's what I've been working on this morning. Yay! On the job. The other thing I wanted to mention, because I have to keep in mind that I will do 99 things to the detriment of my life. I don't think I can do an evening call because I already have one. I'm doing the vegan immersion program, and so I have to be all energized for them, and I'm already not energized, so I'm faking it. And then as soon as that one is from 8 to 9, and then in 30 minutes I have to get on at 9:30 to do this one at night. And so depending on how you guys feel, maybe we can just do the AM one for the next however long. It doesn't matter how long. We could do it forever, like you said. But I don't want to have all this back-to-back stuff. I'm trying to live a simple island beach life. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, Sky.
Is that okay?
That's fine, Skylar. Problem.
Okay. So, all right, Van. So you're the king of this party. This is the first day of refeeding. So you tell folks what they have to do. And the cool thing about these videos being on YouTube is there are other people who are gonna, like, I looked at some of the videos over the last 21 days and they've had like over 100 hits. And it's not that people in our circle have looked at them. It's just like people Google water fasting and they'll see or they'll YouTube water fasting and they'll see the video pop up. So you're going to get a lot of people who want the information, whether they're doing it now or maybe in 6 months, they might be YouTubing water fasting and refeeding on how you break the fast. So I'm a nerd. All right, y'all.
Ah,
Go Van.
yeah, this is well, the way I feel is that there's no right or wrong as long as you are refueling your body in, what I would call the proper way. I came up with a method the last time we fasted because it was 7 days and there's seven primary colors in the rainbow and there's seven primary chakras in the body, energy centers in the body, and they all coincide with the same colors. So I said, well, okay, we're doing 7 days. Why not pay homage to each color and each energy center. So I decided, okay, on the first day, we will, we'll channel our energy to the root chakra, the base chakra. And that color is representative of red. So on that day, we'll eat nothing but red foods primarily. I do red and green. I do green with everything because green is the centerpiece color of the rainbow and the universe, and it means life, and the analogies go on and on. So on this day, I will have, and I posted it in the sites on Sky's Wellness Center and on my own page. There's like a list of foods, and there's an article you could click in also where I got a lot of the ideas for the food choices. But it's basically anything red. If you can get your hands on some seeded watermelon, strawberries, cherries, salads with red onion, radishes, tomato, obviously. For fruit, you can have red apples. There are many different varieties of apples that are red. There are Fiji's, Macintosh, you name it. And as far as the greens go, it can be anything green. Cucumber in the salad. You can do juices. I say mix up the meals. Have a raw juice today. That raw juice can consist of anything red and green. Have a salad today. Have a smoothie today. Try to keep it raw. Try to keep it as raw as you can. Try not to eat too much of anything that's not, raw or vegan. You want to get your strength back. You want to refuel the body. You don't really want to start putting in impurities, especially now, because now you're basically, I would say, you're kind of on the pure side. You purified yourself quite a bit. And I would recommend that going this long, 21 days, 10 to 15 days or more, I would say you want to take it slow. I would say don't run to Wendy's and get a double cheeseburger right now. If you want to do that, I would say wait a little while. Like I was on the water fasting group, and there are some really eager beavers over there, and they're working out. It's like their first day on the fast, and they're working out. They're doing this huge cardio workout because their focus is to lose weight. That's their main focus. And I'm telling them that may not be the best thing. That's going to come back and bite you later on in the fast. Like you might feel pretty good right now. It's your first, second day, but these are reserves you're going to need down the road. Like say 6, 7 days in, you're going to be sorry you did that. You know what I mean? And sure enough, they post that, oh, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm dying. And it's like, yeah, that you gotta take it easy. There are people that saying, yeah, I'm going to work out, and when the fast is over in 21 days, I'm going to go right back to the gym on the very next day. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, take your time, just take it easy. And the same thing goes with the diet. You know what I mean? You want to refuel properly. You want to take your time. You're still in that, it's just like waking up. Imagine you had 2 hours sleep and then your alarm goes off and now you got to run and get to work. Now you're exhausted. You got to take your time. Don't get up so quickly. There's nothing to rush here. You don't have to go rush and order rib tips right now. You want to refuel. You want to replenish, and you still want to be in that mode of introspection that you took when you did this process. You found yourself, if you fasted for anything more than 10 days, then you started to it became a spiritual thing as well. It wasn't just physical anymore. Well, you're still in that same space, and you want to just take it easy, and while you're refueling, you don't want to just run and get a Snicker bar right now. You want to take it easy. So yeah, we're reflecting our energy on the color red. If you can, wear red clothing. You want to meditate and think about the root chakra. That's what I'm doing. I'm not saying anybody has to do this, but this is what I'm going to do for the next week. I'm going to pay homage to each energy center, major energy center of the body, and I'm going to correspond that with the respective color, and I'm going to eat that way. So I'll eat the rainbow. And, I recommend that even if you're not following exactly what I'm doing, just keep it as raw as you can and take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. You have the rest of your life, so there's no rush to do anything. Just chill out. Chill out. Now I'll mute. Does anybody have anything they want to share?
The only thing I want to say is, um, for refeeding, when someone has been on a water fast for 21 days or 10 or whatever the amount of time is, like, I think what I'm hearing from you is not okay, it's not clear enough. In other words, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I think that the only thing, I think people should eat one thing today. If today is the first day they're coming out of a water fast, there should be nothing that they're eating that there shouldn't be a list of things to eat, in my opinion, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, but maybe what you're saying is they can choose from this list, but really, when you're just trying to get your body back into digestion, like say it's red, so maybe just a piece of watermelon, and that's it. You're still drinking your water. Maybe you want to add a little coconut water, like a small cup, and just like when I say a piece of watermelon, like 2 or 3 ounces, and you just eat it really slowly, and then do that again in a couple hours. From what I've studied, that's kind of like how I've heard it to go. So even though you're giving choices, I think folks should be mindful that you're not eating all that. You're eating, choose one and eat that only for the whole day. And then tomorrow, if you're going to go to the next color, choose that one thing and do that for the next 2 or 3 days or 4 days. And let me know, Van, if that's on the same wavelength as what you're saying, because that's what I had learned.
Oh, well, like I said, I don't, like you might have read that and I might have seen that and then I've read other things. And, that might work for, I know when I came off the last one we did, I did it the way I just said it. Like I had different red foods and I had like a smoothie that morning that was red, and I had like maybe for lunch I had a salad. It wasn't a huge anything. Like that list of stuff that I have are just choices. You don't have to get a big salad with like 25 different ingredients. That's not what I'm saying. And if it works for those that might want to just take, I mean, you also got to consider that your stomach's not going to hold a whole lot right now. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't be able to eat that much anyway. But there are choices. Like there's a list of things that I listed. Yeah, you have to be mindful of what's right for you. But for me, when I came off the last one, I was able to have a smoothie. It filled me up nice. I felt great and energized. For lunch, I had a small salad. Then I got a raw juice later on. I was able to put it in, but not everybody's the same, and that's what I'm saying. You have to. It is personal to you. You will customize it to fit what fits you best. Now, it all depends on who you ask. You'll have one expert that'll say you can only have one thing of this, and of course you should keep drinking your water. That's going to fill you anyway. So that's definitely true. But for me, it didn't bother me to have a few meals throughout the day. Very small meals. I went and got a raw juice. I had a smoothie. I had 2 salads my first day back, and I felt great. But that doesn't work for everybody, and that's what I should have said, But for me, it didn't bother me at all. And I'm yet to eat now. I haven't even really eaten yet. I had some red peanuts, believe it or not, because they were red, and that was basically it. So yeah, you're not wrong. I'm not wrong. There is no wrong. You just have to go along with what resonates with you and listen to yourself. Your intuition is going to tell you what's right for you. At this point, you should be damn near Zen Buddhist. You've been fasting for this long, you listen to yourself. I don't think there's a wrong way. I don't think there's a right way. I don't think you have to eat red today. I don't think anything. I just think that instinctively you'll know what's right for you, and you'll go along with that. You'll go ahead and make this huge salad because you think, oh my God, I'm so hungry, I gotta eat. And then, like anything, like, you'll pile on huge amounts of this and that, and then you'll take 2 bites and you'll realize, damn, I can't eat this. Of course you can't, you know what I'm saying? But, I was able to eat a significant amount. And I think, like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get me a smoothie. When I leave the house when we get off the call, I'm going to have that. I'm probably going to put some goji berry powder in there because that's red, and I'm going to enjoy that. And then for lunch, I'm going to have a cup of salad, and maybe for mid-lunch or a little later on, I'll get a raw juice. I'll juice something myself, and I'll just feel my way back. But yeah, I think you're right, and I think what I'm saying is right. I don't think there's the wrong way to do this. To me, it's just about being mindful and staying as raw as you can during this process, so that you don't put in, anything in any too many impurities right now, especially because I think we're all you're in a pure state. You guys are in a pure state, and you don't want to crash your system. That's just the way I look at it. But I don't think anything's wrong, to be honest. I'm going to mute.
Can I just add? I was just thinking that maybe like to start off with like what you both are saying, like watermelon would be good because anything acidic, even if it's like you're going by the color of the rainbow, to first start off is gonna really kind of mess with your stomach, right? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like because we've been on water for so long, then it's gonna there could be a reaction. That was what I was thinking. So
Yeah, I think that's true. If that's the way your body responds to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to know yourself. Me, I didn't have a problem when I came off of it. I dressed my salad with apple cider vinegar. I sprinkled it with cayenne pepper, and I was loving it. But now to some, it might be too strong. You know what I mean? You got to know you. You got to feel yourself. The whole acidic thing, alkaline thing, first of all, I think that there has to be a balance anyway. You can't just be all alkaline without any sort of any sort of acid. That's my view. And once again, that's something that I read, and then you'll read another guy or person that'll say something different. So you have to know what benefits you and what resonates with your body and what your experience. It didn't bother me, but I could see how that might affect others, and you got to know that. And you'll know because you'll trial and error it. It'll be trial and error. So for me, it didn't work out like that. I had a great time. The foods I chose worked for me. I enjoyed it. I felt energized. I felt at peace. I wasn't affected by it adversely. But I get what you're saying. Like I said, there's no wrong or right. It's just the way, it depends on you as the individual, how it affects you. I'm muting.
sounds good. So has anyone I know Prema, you've started on the coconut water, right? You said was it this morning, yesterday? Hang on, my time difference is pretty crazy. So
Yeah,
how
on my birthday, I started coconut water, and today is my power day, so today I'm gonna start silent fast.
cool. What about you, Mickey?
Well, for the feeding part, I'm going to start with coconut water. I actually this morning, as soon as I get off, I did oil pudding with coconut oil. It was so refreshing because my mouth was just so yucky last couple of days. No matter how much I squish with water, because during the fast, I really didn't want to put nothing but water. I went through a hardcore. So, this morning I squished with the coconut oil. That was very refreshing. And after that, I started to drinking the coconut water. So I'm just slowly drinking coconut water. Maybe later on, I'm going to have a small piece of watermelon, maybe later on. But I'm not even hungry yet. So when I feel hunger, probably I'm gonna eat watermelon.
Hey,
That's
Mickey, did you do any more enema?
Yeah, actually I did because during this fast day before fasting, I did with lemon water enema, and then every weekend I perform once a week. I perform warm water, and then this time again this morning I get up and I perform this time. I ended with lemon enema. It was actually harsh, but oh my gosh, the result is a phenomenal, unbelievable. You will think you haven't eaten nothing for 3 weeks, it's nothing will come out wrong. All the gunk came out, all the black spot. I was so just amazing. So I highly recommend to do whatever the enema it is. Maybe it will be better warm water because it was kind of irritating my stomach a little bit, but the result was phenomenal. I'm so glad, I did it. So, I'm so clean. I feel so clean. I haven't felt clean for years, so I'm so happy with that. So now I'm drinking coconut water.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go get me some coconut water too, as a matter of fact. That's on my list.
Yeah, I just found out that down the road at the organic shop down there that I can order like I think it's like 9 young Thai coconuts for like 20, $25 each box. So I don't know why they don't come in a set of 10, but they come in 9. So I was thinking of ordering a few boxes anyway. But yeah, we'll see how we go. And then probably watermelon, I'll do the same and see what happens from there.
Claire, did you do any colonics during these last few weeks? Because I remember you said you were looking into it, but I'm not sure if you actually.
No, I wanted to, but transportation to get to the lady is kind of like a bit difficult. And yeah, I just thought I'd just kind of just water fast at this time. I'm not saying I won't do it maybe afterwards, like, or maybe because I'm still doing the 20 to the 28th, so I could probably squeeze something in between, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds groovy. Groovy beans.
Yeah, so what's our day looking like? Anybody got any big plans? Anybody? Well, we know Claire's going to bed right now. Or is she going to the club? Claire's probably going to the club. She's pretending like she's going to sleep, but Claire's
The water fasting club, maybe.
yeah, Water Facts Club, right? The Water Facts Club. Yeah. So how's your days looking? Does anybody have to run around? Does anybody have anything? Just be mindful that, like I said, you're still in it, no matter what, no matter where you are. Like you have a couple of people that are going to the 28th, and then you have some of us that are coming off. But remember, you're still taking it easy. So this is not a time to like, running all over the place. You're still in that space, so just be mindful of that. You still want to take it easy.
Yeah, I've been running around for 2 days. I'm going back to bed, and then I'm gonna take it real easy today and tomorrow, and get into this just being quiet.
Me too. Same here. I'm gonna just, peace out, relax, doing nothing, just, relax.
That's good
Same
advice.
here.
Hmm.
Sounds
I
good.
was I was just my son is designing this flyer that we're doing for the New York thing, so he just called me right before we got on, and he oh, I have a big farm. I have a big farm board meeting this evening, which is why I didn't want to do the call tonight because, I'm trying to get more people involved in this big project that I created, this monster that I created. And the thing about it is, and this is a lesson for me and for you guys and for everyone, is anything you do, when you put your positive, good vibe energy into it, it's going to work. It's going to be successful. It's going to be awesome. And people are going to be attracted to it. And what happens is when I get bummed out with this whole project I'm doing, and I'm calling the cowman from across the farm to get his bulls off the land, and I'm calling people and they're not responding, and we're trying to get a kitchen built in the farm so we can stay on there and cook, and like when things get like really ridiculous and difficult and challenging, it bums me out, and I almost like I'm the person that works really good by myself because I will do it. You know what I mean? I'm like running towards the goal. But when I have to depend on other things to help me and they're slow and they don't respond quick enough, and I send an email out and I say, please let me know that you're going to participate or call me if you're coming, and folks don't respond, friggin' pisses me off. So what I have changed that paradigm, and I know this is just a reminder because I know you guys already know this, but sometimes you got to be reminded. The energy that you put into something is the energy you're going to receive. So I think the energy I put into that was like, okay, come, call me, do what you got to do, whatever. I don't care. I'm sitting here. I'm doing something else anyway. And I said, nah, I'm reflecting a negative energy right now. I'm not feeling great about this whole thing. I'm stressing, da 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 da. All right, you know what? I have to go back to that feeling that made me want to do an 80-acre farm in Puerto Rico, not knowing how to grow anything except stuff on my porch. Okay, we're not talking a farm. We're talking, I not even a full garden can I do. Okay, I've just done little stuff right here. So, so I have to, when you ever watch a horror movie and then you turn the channel to cartoons so you can like get happy and feel not scary. Well, that's what we used to do when I was little. So, same thing. The same thing is happening in my mind now. If I want a better result in anything that I'm going to do, I got to turn the channel to cartoons and dance around. Or right now, it's not cartoons, it's more like music videos. And turn the good song on and dance around with Beyonce and all them people who know how to break dance and what have you, and just get really happy and positive and feeling excited about what it is I'm trying to create. And people are attracted to that. They're like, wow, she is doing something. I ain't even doing anything. I'm just making you feel like I'm feeling now so you can feel it, so you can want to feel it. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm working on within myself is confidence and positivity, because people are attracted to that. People, there's a lot of sad stuff that goes on in the world. Everyone struggles. I don't know a soul. I mean, I'd like to know more people who are like multimillionaires, but most of the folks I know are, scraping it and making it happen, and they still have wonderful lives. So it's not really about the bank. It's really about just being positive, gracious, happy. I was on the phone with my daughter last night, and she just gave me so much life through the phone, and I was just like, I just can't wait to go to New York. But it's just those it's so exciting. So that's what I want to share with you guys is be excited in your thing. Like, and I'll give you a case in point now how it can counteract. So I'm starting another business when I get back from New York. I'm already like writing it up, and I want to actually, it's something I want to do for a long time, but I really didn't know the direction on how I wanted to do it. So most of the people I cater to are not even from here. Like, I have made a way for folks who fly in from around the world and come and spend time with me, and I make food for them. The only thing about that is, you know, it requires a lot for people to get here. So, I mean, it's not, you know, I want to be able to work with local people here in Puerto Rico. So, I don't think vegan vegetarian is a favorite term here because this society is very meat based. Now, I'm not going to do meat, but I'm not going to say vegetarian either. You get what I'm saying? It's like psychological. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create meal plans and prepare the food for people trying to lose weight. I didn't say vegetarian, I didn't say vegan, even though they are going to get mostly that. I think I might throw in a little bit of fish, but I'm also going to do tofu. I'm also going to do beans. I'm going to do all kinds of everything that I normally do. Lots of salads. I ordered my sprouting seeds, so I'm going to make all my salads and stuff from scratch. Dressings that they can do, like that I'm going to make the dressing. Like, it's going to be gourmet weight loss food. And I'm never going to say vegan, vegetarian, because what I've realized here, and this is probably everywhere, because there's a vegan vegetarian, especially the word vegan, it's more for an educated community. It's more for people who are more affluent, more, you know, I don't find regular folks getting down with the whole vegan thing. They're not feeling that. You know, they're like, they're scared. They're like, vegan? Oh my God, I'm gonna miss something in my life if I have vegan. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna fake them out. And they're going to know, they're not going to even realize they're eating vegan. They're going to just realize they're eating foods that are really delicious and it's going to help them lose weight. So, and I'm excited about it. And when I'm excited about something, I'm going to attract those people to me because I finally figured out how to get them to me. And that's me sharing.
Hey, Sky, before I started the fast, I have a easy green sprouter. It's got like 3 levels. I can put like 15 trays in it. And I tried to do the quinoa. Is there some, it didn't, I hardly got any sprouts in there. Can you give me a tip on growing the sprouts?
Quinoa sprouts really fast, actually. I don't use sprouters because I've never done that. I've always used bowls. So take a bowl, put in like a cup of quinoa, soak it in water overnight, and it doesn't really have to be overnight because quinoa is a small grain, so you can actually do it in like 3 or 4 hours. Strain it in like a colander with very tiny holes so that it doesn't fall through, and then leave it in the colander or the whatever the thing is that you strain it with, and leave it in there, and then sit it in the bowl so that the water can drain out, and then rinse it every like day or two, and in like 2 days you should see sprouts pretty easily.
Okay.
And then another thing is sometimes the reason why you don't see a sprout is because the quinoa is old, or the quinoa was irradiated, like through shipping. It went through some x-ray machines or whatever, and it lost its life. It died. It was zapped. It was microwaved. So those are the other reasons why certain things aren't sprouted. But if you're really into sprouts, check out sproutpeople.org. That's where I get all my seeds from, and they sprout inmediatamente. They sprout on point. Like, all right, I'm talking too much.
Thank you. You said sproutpeople.org?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I had to step away, but I was listening to what you were saying, and yeah, you know, we are responsible for the energy we bring. to every situation. And I'm learning that too, that the energy you bring to anything is exactly what's going to be reciprocated right back to you. You know, I was having this conversation with my company, and we were talking about tonality. We were talking about how problems arise between people and misunderstandings based upon the energy that you have in that conversation. If you and your spouse or your mate y'all have it out. A lot of times it's the energy that you are bringing to that conversation that will spearhead the whole thing going wrong or going right. And we have to speak into other people's listening. We listen to respond, but we don't listen to comprehend and hear. And that's the whole difference. I don't want to get too philosophical here, but yeah, I was listening to what you were saying, and yes, Guy, if you could change your focus on that, you will be hugely successful at that farming thing that you're doing, or anything else. And that goes for everyone in every endeavor. You have to change your energy, and you have to speak into other people's listening. And don't be so scared. Not that you are, Sky. I'm saying I found myself like if I invite somebody to something, or even to ask for a raise, you'll go into your boss's office and you'll say, you'll bring up that conversation, and it's almost like you're afraid to ask what you're worth, instead of asserting what it is that you want. So I'm going to speak into the yes. I'm not going to ask you, hey, will you come to this, like this workshop that we're going to do when you come up here. I'm not going to ask people, hey, I'm giving a workshop, could you come? Yeah, I know, I know it's short notice, and yeah, I know, well, it's going to be, how much is it? Well, it's going to be like $20, but I'm not going to do that. My thing's going to be about, so when I'm giving a workshop, I'm going to speak more into what, when are you coming? Okay, I'm having it Saturday, so I expect to see you, without being forceful, but asserting, like, this is what I want, this is what you're going to do, because you want to do it anyway. You want to do it. So here it is. So that was a good point you made. So I just wanted to share that. See, you don't just get water fasting on these videos, you get life.
Is
Well,
Claire sleeping?
I love Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham Hicks. I would
I love.
recommend listening to some of those videos, and it's all about not creating resistance to the things that we want, and just practicing feeling good in every moment, and not trying to put effort into it. Just let yourself, like she said, she talks about like flowing downstream. Don't try to go upstream against the current. Just flow downstream and let things happen, because whatever you want, it's somewhere waiting for you. You just got to let it come to you organically.
Yeah, we already have everything we want. We just have to, but we don't, like she's saying, it's like we don't see it, and you have to visualize it and be it to receive it. And I totally believe that. It's just like you mentioned about going against the current. If you went into the ocean and it took you out to sea, you know, instinctively you're trying to get back to shore, but that's when you drown, because you almost have to let it take you out. And this has been proven. I know that's scary, but that's the truth. It's like if you get caught in that current, you can't go against the current, because that's no matter how great of a swimmer you are, you will be overcome by the power of the current. You have to let it take you out, and when it dies down, you come back. And the reason why I was bringing that up before, to be short, is that a friend of mine, she's a professional person, and she's an executive, and she went to her boss and she asked for a raise. She felt she was deserved a lot more money than what she was being paid. And we're not talking 3,000, 5,000. She wanted $25,000 extra. Now, most of us would never even dream, even though we feel we're worth that, we would never dream of asking for that kind of money, because that sounds insane. Now, of course, he said no. Well, I'm not. We're not going there. We're not going to do that. We can talk about something else. And she took that. It was a no. She took that, but she didn't take it personal. She came back the next week with a list of everything that she does for the company, that save how much money she saves them, all the resourceful things that she does. Do you know she got that raise for $25,000 extra? She's already making six figures. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Like, that whole resistance thing that Prema was saying, it's so true. It's like we do it to ourselves. And I think after this experience that we just had with what we did here, I mean, that right there should let you know that you can get anything you want. You deserve the best. You deserve it. So I'm just going to mute right there. I just wanted to share that. Like, go out and create your life right now. Go out and make whatever you want happen. Make it happen. You can. You can do anything.
Well, I literally lived that flow with the current thing because I almost drowned in Hawaii. I got in the water and the current took me out so far, there was no way I could swim back. And the more I was pushing to get back, the further I went out. And I thought, this is how I'm going to go out. And so I relaxed and I said, okay, God, if this is how I'm going to go, I'm ready. So I relaxed and I went down 2 times. And I tried to let the water fill me up and take me down, but then I popped up again. And the 3rd time when I popped up, there was this young Hawaiian boy, looked like he was about 13 years old. He had a boogie board, and he was like 6 feet away from me. And he looked at me, and I felt like he was talking to me, saying, I'm going to extend my boogie board to you. You can't struggle, because if you struggle, you'll take both of us out. And he just paused. I grabbed the boogie board and he took me into shore. So I learned from that lesson. I was ready to go. I had let go and was ready. And it was not being resistant, allowing, because I was thinking, I'm big and this is a little kid. How's he going to take me back in? But it worked. So you're right, Van. That literally happened to me.
Interestingly enough, you brought up Abraham Hicks. I don't listen to them on a regular basis, but I mean, there were times when I would just have it on like YouTube and just listen to all their videos. And one thing that I really got from them that I guess you could say it changed my whole paradigm, was the purpose of life is joy. Like, that is the purpose of life. And people try to get so deep with, well, I came here because, I'm a magician, right? And see, I make it happen. The truth is that's bullshit. And the only true purpose that we really have here, and that might just be a philosophy. I'm sure other people have other philosophies, but that resonated with me. And when it resonated with me, it affected relationships, it affected how I saw the world, it affected everything. And that's why whatever I do, whether I do it for service or for pay or whatever, I have to do it because it brings me joy. Because I can't waste an ounce or a second on things that irritate me and stress me out. I will delete that sucker so fast. But what I had to realize was, am I causing the stress myself because of my thoughts and my actions, or is this other person? Because if it's another person, they're getting deleted. Um, Another thing that I thought about the whole money thing is a friend of mine used the law of attraction to make, she makes probably like $30,000 a month now. And I guess it's a process. It's a process to get to that level, but not a process of let me work harder, let me put more time in and build this empire. No, the process by which she did it was gaining the confidence in her own mind to realize that she was worthy enough to deserve to make that kind of money. And she's self-employed. She works right here on the internet, and she coaches people in their business. And she literally just followed other people who were doing the same exact thing and duplicated it. And now she lives in Italy. And it's pretty amazing because where we are is based on how we have limited ourselves. So if we really believe, because if you don't believe it, then okay, well then there's nothing we can talk about. But if you really believe that the universe is abundant and that everything you need can come to you and is accessible to you, and that you are not the underprivileged and you are not the hungry living in a boat somewhere in this, like every person, I believe it. And even though there are people who struggle and there are people who suffer in the world, I personally believe that they are thinking that into their own selves. In other words, for example, New Yorkers seem to be hustlers. That is the way a New Yorker is created. A person who lives in New York City, they walk faster, they know how to catch a taxi, they jump in front of you. Some people call it rude. A New Yorker calls it being diligent. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go home. You know? So it has nothing to do with anything but the way this little city is created is you better jump or you're going to be that person who lives on the train. You know what I mean? You better hustle. And other places are slower. They don't have that same pace. But when you get into a city like New York, you're going to learn how to be, or else you're not gonna survive there. And so I feel like that's what happens in other places in the world. Just like here in Puerto Rico, I think people are where they are because that's where everyone is. And it really takes a special individual to like pop out of poverty and, well, this is how it is and, blah, blah, blah. And so that's why people move to the States. They said in the last couple years, 500,000 people left Puerto Rico for the States to go get better jobs, and it's mostly the middle class sector of the community, people who are educated and are trying to get a better job than just these little rinky-dink jobs. They had a huge movement to Texas because Texas needs more bilingual teachers. And so all these professional teachers with degrees moved to Texas, and a few friends of mine actually live in Texas now. But anyway, long story short, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And believing it is the harder part because we have so many isms and schisms in our brain that we fight on a daily basis. But if your life is that which you want to create something amazing, whether it's from water fasting to healing people to making millions or making millions of dollars or whatever you're trying to create, it can happen so much. That's another group I would love to be a part of, is like a manifestation group, because folks need help feeling good about their thoughts. There's so much stuff that goes on in the world that makes you feel good about liking and loving money. I remember I posted something like that on my page on Facebook, and this guy was like, "Oh, you're selfish." And I said, "Yes, I am. Thank you." So, you have to like get over people with their stupid thoughts, because, don't say I'm selfish when I just feel like I want to, create a different paradigm for me and my family. So that's it for me today. I think we could talk more on the mañana. Let me know what you're thinking.
Sounds good to me, guys. I don't know if anybody has anything else they want to share. If not, we could wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Because Claire's ready for bed, so Claire's ready for the club. So we gotta go. You know, we're holding her up. We're holding her up.
I'm good too. So you guys have a nice day.
All right, Mickey. All right, Claire, Prema, Sky.
Have a-
Sky, I guess we'll talk later so we can finish ironing up.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right, Sky?
I thought I had I'm here talking and I forgot to unmute. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. All right, for the
Alrighty.
viewers, thanks for viewing, and we'll
you.
check you out in the morning. We're not gonna have an evening call, so we're gonna do it like maybe once a day now that we're winding down. We'll do it at Sky's discretion. Right now, that's gonna be 8:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Okay, so there won't be an evening call tonight. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you. Take care.
All right, peace.
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 Bye.
Bye for now.